All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to make this quick update video for you because nobody else is doing this, going out and testing tools and then actually coming back and telling you what is good and what is bad about the tools. Now, I can't do this for every single tool, but when there is a tool that I truly test in a real environment and try to get results for my business and so forth, then I'm glad to share some of the results with you guys and then talk about some of the good and some of the bad. This is the campaign. This is Linkee. If you didn't watch my review from this tool from yesterday's video, go and watch that. I'll leave the link below in the description so you can just click on that and go watch that full review video. Overall, it's an impressive tool and I love the concept of it. It's not like it hasn't been done before, but it is simplistic and I like that you're able to easily sync your email account to it and start running campaigns. Essentially, this is outreach to try to get blog posts. When we go to new campaign, you'll be able to see all the different ones. So it's a guest posting outreach. You can create this full-blown AI campaign, which I'm running, and I actually got results from this. I'm going to go show you that, but there's different campaigns you can run. Now, what I want to show you right away is that we did get results. So if we come through here, I'm just going to block out that person right there in the CRM because we did get some results. I believe we have other one in here that I didn't block out. Nonetheless, you can see that we have the CRM over here. A couple of the things that I made note of, and I'm going to go over this. I did get in touch with support with Linkee and let them know some of the things they need to improve about the tool that are pretty urgent. For one, this is your CRM and you can't really go and click on someone and update tags and notes, but you can't really change their status, right? So if I want to say, hey, this person is interested in working with me on this, we need to be able to put them in an actual status. The system is automatically doing all this, right? We can see the contact, we reached out to them and so forth. The major flaw of the system, so there's good news. I got 2 people that already got back to me within 15. So I've only sent out 10 emails yesterday. 2 of those people, that means a 20% return on people interested in me getting a backlink from them. That's actually extremely good for a cold outreach on these campaigns. Very impressed that we were able to get a 20% return on the emails we sent out yesterday of potential backlink opportunities. But that's where it kind of stops and we need to look at some of the flaws and things that need to get fixed. And I'll show you my conversation that I had with them, full transparency. You can see where they're coming from and that they've pushed this out to their development team. Let's just pretend this is one of the contacts I reached out to. It still looks the same, right? It still says contacted, but we don't get the response. It doesn't say they replied back to us. It would be great if it was 100% accurate, so it would automatically put these in different statuses. That would be great. What I recommended to them is that we should be able to, when we get somebody that reaches back out to us, we should be able to come in here and update, do an edit, and change them to interested. Move them along the prospect timeline of where they're at, if they're interested or not, right? And that's what the tool does in a cold outreach way. It's set up to send 3 emails every 3 days for a max of 3 emails. So it's basically a 6-day campaign because you send 1 email out that day, 3 days later it sends out another email, and then 3 days after that it sends out final email. So 6-day total campaign, 3 emails total. That's great. But if someone contacts you back, because Linkee is fully integrated with my email and it can read my emails and everything, it should be able to fully know that they contacted us back and the system is not working properly. So I've let them know about that. We can't manually update these people in our CRM, right? It's not a true CRM if we can't change what status they're in, right? We need to be able to come in here and change this status to whatever we want. We should be able to manually override it. Okay, so that's one of the issues. Let me show you the proof that this works. I have blocked out the person just for transparency, or it's probably not right for me to share other people's contact information. And so I've blocked them out, but hey, here is the email. Hi there, a longtime contributor in your space, blah, blah, blah. I literally used Linkee's template. I didn't customize it. You saw that yesterday in the video. We just turned the campaign on. Some reviewers left a little bit of negative feedback where they're like, hey, we would like, less generic templates and all that kind of stuff. Well, in my case, we live in the ChatGPT, Claude, Google Gemini world. Just go and have it write a custom outreach email for you. I don't think that's a big deal that they're not providing like amazing templates. And I just proved that their template will get you prospects anyways. So not really a big deal right there. But when we look at this, we outreached to them at 12:26 yesterday, and they literally got back In exactly 2 hours, they emailed back and said, "Thanks for reaching out. I'm happy to feature this on my blog. However, I charge an editorial fee. Let me know if you're interested." Now, I don't know if you guys make it this far in the video. Leave a comment below if you've done outreach like this before, and let me know what you think the percentage is of people that will only work with you if you pay versus a true editorial collaboration where you're providing the high content that they can put on their website, which they put ads on their website or whatever, and the content actually ranks. It's going to benefit their business anyways, right? And then it's less content that they have to write. They don't have to outsource that $300 article to somebody else. Let me know what you think the percentage is of that people are going to come back. I'm saying it's pretty high and common. It's a high amount and it's common that people are going to charge you for a backlink on their website. These website owners don't want their site to be flooded with outbound links. That makes sense. In order to get an outbound link on their high DA site and the domain authority on this site, it does have traffic going to it, verified by 2 sources. The SimilarWeb actually had it over 20,000 visitors per month. You can see the pricing right there. It's very expensive. The domain authority rating is just, that's very kind of subjective depending on what tool you're using. And sometimes it doesn't even matter what the domain authority is. You can outrank a high domain authority based on the power of your backlink or content. It's not a major metric like it was 10, 15 years ago. The DA was 74 on this one. You can see the pricing down here, $400 for a full article and a backlink. You could put your name on the article and really try to build that credibility. $250 for just a link insertion, and then $950 for casino CBD writing services. It's hard to get backlinks for those niches. This tells me that this person is like a professional SEO type kind of person. This could even technically, just looking at that, actually tells me this is probably a PBN type of provider. So you have to exercise caution when doing this. I probably wouldn't move forward with this one right over here, but this just shows you that you will get responses back. Let's move on to the next one. We did get a response back that was about 6 hours after emailing this person. You can see, "Thanks for your interest in advertising. We would like to collaborate on a guest post or link insertion. You can create and share the article," and then their editorial teams. This one was a lot more professional. You can tell that they definitely know what they're doing and that they're still probably very knowledgeable of the SEO space and so forth. This isn't the first time someone's contacted them. And the chances are this isn't the first time people have contacted these people. You're competing against a bunch of other emails of people that are trying to get on these other websites because backlinks really do matter, even in 2025. And you can see that they still said, "No, cannot be published, CBD." So it kind of gives you that information, right? We come back over to this other guy. They will accept casino writing services, but it's going to cost you almost $1,000. This person does not accept that kind. You do have to have 95% human written. I don't know how they're going to grade that. We could use Zero GPT or Originality.ai. We can use all these different AI graders, and they're all going to give different scores. What's really unfortunate about trying to find out if the content is written by a human, you can put a human generated article into one of those AI generators, and then it will flag it as like 80% AI content, right? So I don't really know how they actually are able to establish if it's AI content or not. So I would just write the best article that I possibly could, and I definitely would be using AI. They're not saying that you can't use AI, but they do want it to be 95. So I would really just spend a lot of time, get a quality article out there. But at the end, they say, "Please share your budget." You're going to get different responses. They want to know like how much money I'm willing to spend. If I go and lowball them and say, "I've only got $80, they're probably going to say, "No, thanks." But if you come back serious with like $150 as a budget, then they'll probably entertain that. You could see the other person's price was $250 just for a link insertion. That is expensive. A link insertion should be like $150. You can go and start looking at some of these other sites, but this is kind of how much it costs to get backlinks on people's sites that have high domain authority, because they could be very powerful. You're going to have a marketing budget for this, an SEO budget, and it's going to have to be months of time. Like if we went with one of these articles, let's just say $250 is the average cost. You would only be able to get 4 backlinks in an entire month, and you'd be spending $1,000. Let that sink in for 4 backlinks, right? But the point I'm making on this video is that we did get results. We sent out 10 emails. When we come back into the software, I'm going to look at our campaigns. In the guest posting AI campaign, you'll see that we had 30 total that we're going to send out. We have a sending calendar. On Tuesday, we sent out these emails, 9 emails there. I don't know why it says 5 emails right there, because we did send out about 10. So there's some things that are not adding up in their software. We definitely sent out like 10 yesterday and 6 today, but then the sending calendar, I don't think really reflects that, because it just says 5 emails, 9 emails here. So that doesn't really add up to how many emails we've actually sent, because we have right over here, you can see that the people that you've actually reached out to and so forth. We have no bounced emails. The major issue is 0 replied emails. I showed you that we had 2 people actually reply. We need that to show up in here. We need more accuracy in the software. Under count, there's no way to turn off. Let's say one of these people is one of those identified people that contacted us. Even if the system was broken, we should be able to come in here and push a toggle. And they do apparently have that ability in all the other campaigns, but not the AI campaign. We need to be able to come over here and say, push a toggle box and stop contacting, pause them, toggle them off so that we no longer send emails to that person because they've already contacted us. I would be happy with that, just to come down here, find that person and toggle them off. Of course, we want more automation built in, and hopefully they get all these things fixed, because we did get results. So it's kind of like a catch-22. We built a campaign in like 3 minutes and got some opportunities for backlinks, which is super cool. You usually have to pay virtual assistants to do all this backlink outreach, and you could build this campaign, let it run, and get real blogs with high domain authorities, traffic to their websites, and start getting backlinks. So I love the concept, the tool overall. I like the interface and the way it works. We just have some flawed bugs that really need to be fixed in it. And so I'm going to end the video by just going over the conversation. No one else does this as well. Like, I can't do this for all software, so I'm just going to kind of give that a fair warning out there. I can't put this much detail into every single software review that I do, unfortunately. But when I'm interested in a software and I take it for a test drive, even outside of my review day, if I get results from a tool that I feel like I need to give an update to you guys, of course, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we can come over here and we look at our conversation. I reached out and I automated a campaign running. I got an email response back, but it's not showing the response in Linkee. I'm sure this can happen from time to time. It just so happens to be the first response I got back from my first campaign. How can I update this in the CRM system, or even the system over here? How can I at least turn that prospect off? That's what I really wanted to get to. They referred to a screenshot here, and this is all their other outreach campaigns that are not AI, but all the other outreach campaigns apparently do have this. You can see the status right over here, and there's a toggle bar. And so when you have somebody that let's say that they reach back out to you, you could come over here and simply turn that off. And then the emails will stop going out to them. And I would be totally okay with that, but they don't have this feature built into the AI. It's the only campaign type that they don't have that feature set for. Okay. So we kind of, go back and forth, and I let them know. I say something like this: we can't even make updates to the contact in CRM. When we click edit, we can only edit tags and notes, but we should be able to pause them from campaigns, mark as interested, and so forth. Lots of things missed on this tool so far. Sorry, not trying to be negative. I really like the tool, but it's not ready, right? So I put that on a little bit thick because I wasn't really getting the elaborate answers I was looking for from them. And then, so they just get back real short answer. Did you have an AI campaign or standard one? I said AI campaign. And then they kind of threw that one in. And this, their customer support didn't realize that after I said I had an AI campaign, they sent this image. And then I come back and I say, well, here's the image that I have. Mine just says contacted. So then they get back and they say, okay, after contacting with the AI campaigns, we'll pass to the team so that we can get it added in the next 2 days. And I said, please pass all my notes to them about the CRM and editing contacts to put them in the statuses. And then they said, yes, we already passed that. Thanks for your feedback. Be assured that we will add those to our pipeline. And then I said, you realize that people have to shut off their campaigns if they get anyone that contacts them back, right? Because if not, the system will continue cold contacting them even though we're in a conversation with that contact. This is a major flaw in the software right now. And then they kind of gave an answer. I just said, oh, please fix it. And they said, thanks for the feedback. We will let you know as soon as it's fixed. So I want to just kind of get this video out there. There are some flaws that need fixed. I'm going to let my campaign run right over here. I'm going to go ahead and let it email all the contacts over the first couple days. And then I'm going to go ahead and just turn the campaign off. And that's the way that I'm going to do it right now. It's not going to email those first contacts for 3 days. So I think I'll be able to get through the 3 emails and then turn it off. That's the way I'm going to work it right now until they update the system. Overall, we did get results. We did get people reaching back out right here. And there's opportunities. There's backlink opportunities right here. So I wanted to get that video out. Leave in the comments below. What do you guys think? And thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.